Welcome back to RacksNRecoil, guys. Today we have an episode. We're going to go over the PS90, and most of you probably know this gun from Call of Duty. It's a very interesting gun, to say the least. So we are going to shoot a little bit, basically do a little product review of it and show you all the specs. We're going to do disassembly. We're going to talk about the ammunition, talk about the parts, talk about its purpose, and a little bit of history behind it. So after the intro, we'll get right into it.
Oh yeah, you dropped him, son.
I just want to see if I can one-hand it. I'm probably going to miss, but I just want to try it. Oh, finally. I'm not even going to lie, I was waddling all over the place. That was straight luck. Don't forget to check out Safest, the first company to sell level 3A body armor for $279. And then I got to give a shout out to the biggest supporter of the channel, M&M Casework out of Southern Indiana. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I could not do it without you guys. So to give you guys a little bit of insight on why the P90 was created, there was a NATO request. They wanted something a little spicier than 9mm, and this is what they came up with. And the reason they wanted it, they needed a essential, I guess you could call it a backup weapon for crew serve weapons. So like if they had a heavy, like a machine gun or something, then this was pretty much going to replace the backup, like the M4. And counterterrorism, they wanted it for a counterterrorism weapon. Spec Ops needed something new, and eventually Secret Service started using these down the road. The P90, believe it or not, actually does have a short history of battle. It was used in the Gulf War, the Afghanistan War, and the Iraq War. If you're wondering what P90 stands for, it actually stands for Project 1990. A lot of people don't know that, but it hints at the year that it began production, 1990. And the civilian model that I have here, the PS90, was later introduced in 2005, or at least in 2005. One of the main reasons that the P90, or the 5.7x28 round in general, was produced was to penetrate body armor. With that being said, during the time it was produced, level 2 and maybe 3.8 was about the most readily available body armor you could get. Now everybody and their mom has level 3 and level 4 body armor, and then some of the rednecks even rigged up their own level 5 body armor, and that doesn't even exist on the NIJ level yet. So I mean, I guess that's something to be proud of. Kind of like that Montgomery Gentry song. First of all, sorry for the wind noise if there is any. The wind's kind of picking up on us, so we're trying to hurry up and get this film before it happens. But let's talk about the unboxing. So you can see I do not have the box, and there's a reason. It was just a plain Jane cardboard box, so I immediately tossed that out the door. Pretty much everything you see on the table, minus the ammo and the headphones and the hat, obviously came with it. And the 50-round mag didn't even come with it. It came with just the gun. Obviously the EOTech wasn't included. The 10-round mag and the tools to take the top rail off. Honestly, it was kind of a disappointment. Pretty lame unboxing for a $2,000 gun, but oh, I forgot about it. It came with the manual and the little lock that everybody throws away in the first 10 minutes of owning it. But you can really get a better box if you go to the pawn shop and buy a $150 High Point. It's kind of weird how it came with a 10-round mag, even though we don't live in a commie state. Yes, we're talking about you, California. So let's talk about some of the specifications on this gun. First and foremost, the obvious, because it's not an SBR. It has a 16-inch barrel. It is chrome lined, and it weighs right at 6.28 pounds. Then it has the factory muzzle brake, which honestly you don't really need it because the gun has literally zero recoil, which you'll see here in a few minutes. And I paid right at $2,000 for it. MSRP is at about $1,800, so I've overpaid a little bit for it, but they are getting a little bit harder to find each day. But you used to be able to get them for about $1,300, and that just goes to show you how gun prices are right now. Today, while we are shooting, we're just going to be rocking the FN-SS 197SR, which to simplify is just the blue tip VMAX that you always see in the video games and the movies. And it's a 40 grain round, and it's moving pretty quick for such a small cartridge. It's moving at roughly 2,100 feet per second. Now, right now at the time of filming, these are going for about $1 a round, but I can find the FN ball ammo for about $42 a box of 50. And check out these mags. If you've never seen these before, they're pretty weird, and I'm not exactly sure how they're so reliable, but they are. So you see the bullet is going like lengthwise with the mag, but on the inside they are completely not parallel at all. But when you go to insert them, the best way that I've found is to just push straight down and back. And I know you can't see it because my thumb completely just covered that, but it rotates at a 90-degree angle and then starts stacking the rounds. Some of the cool features on this gun, it is completely ambidextrous. One of the things a lot of people don't know is it is a bottom eject, and it actually has a dust cover on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it actually has a little dust cover. I just closed it. Then the safety is just completely strange. You can see the way it works right here. It's like a little rotary safety right below the trigger. It seems weird at first, but you do get used to it. Then the charging handle, both sides of the gun, you can charge it from either side. And the last thing is, I don't know how well you're going to see it on the camera, but you have backup iron sight there and a backup iron sight there on the other side as well. And then obviously you have your main iron sight right there, the little hole in the middle. I know I just called it a weird gun. Brings back a little memory when me and Fred went to the gun store to pick this up. Called it a weird gun when I was playing with the safety, and the dude behind the counter got absolutely like angry that I called it a weird gun. Like, I mean, is it not the most hideous gun you've ever seen in your entire life? Because if you say no, you're lying, and I'm not sorry for saying it. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to disassemble this gun because it's super easy, like probably easier than a Glock. Pretty much, obviously, like anything, make sure it's clear, check chamber, nothing there. Then all you do, don't pull the trigger like you do on a lot of handguns. You see this button right here on the top, it's spring loaded. You push this down and the whole entire assembly comes off. The whole barrel assembly just comes right out there. So set that down, and then your bolt will fall right out. So now that is your bolt assembly. You got the guide rods and the recoil springs. And then once this little piece is what holds the back plate on, so once that's off, you can just take the butt pad right off, and then your trigger pack right here, you got the little black tab. Just lift up on the black tab, pull straight out. There's your trigger pack, and the inside of the gun's clear. And that is the whole gun disassembled. It is that easy. It took what, maybe 20 seconds if that. And if I was trying to do it faster, you could probably have it done in less than 10. So super easy to disassemble and just as easy to reassemble. Not to be freaked out or anything, but just imagine when you're firing this gun and you bring your cheek right here, your explosions are going on right here by your lower jaw. But don't worry, because you're protected by this little 1/8" piece of polymer that I can flex with my hand right there and get. But don't worry, it's 100% safe. The PS90 actually does have a few applications on the civilian side. My personal opinion on it, it is a personal defense weapon, so obviously that makes sense. And it really is a good home defense weapon because it has the longer barrel with the muzzle brake, and it's not loud at all. You know, the longer barrel, and it's a small cartridge anyway, like we talked about earlier, so it's not loud, so you're not going to go completely deaf like you're shooting a little 7.5-inch 5.56 AR pistol. And it's just great because the 5.7 round, you don't really have to worry so much about over penetration in the wall. So if you miss your target, or if you do hit your target and it goes through somehow, which if you're using a VMAX, it should fragment, but it has applications like that. Then the military obviously used them, and then I was told, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but SWAT teams and spec ops would actually fire this gun from the center, like through there on their plates. And I don't know, I guess it was just easier for them. The butt pad is kind of flat, so I guess it was easy just to bring to the center of your chest and aim. And you have to keep in mind, because on close quarters battle, the sight is a solid probably 4, maybe even 5 inches above the barrel. So you really got to account for that if you're shooting close quarters combat, because that will definitely make your point of impact not where you want it. Floating on this thing is awesome. Like, it definitely brings back your middle school 7th grade Call of Duty memories. All right, hope you got your ears on. Nope, gotta take it off safe. Pretty accurate. We zeroed this for 50 yards, and at 50 yards, I can tell you can absolutely hit a quarter every single time. It's surprised me how accurate it was. And I'm not sponsored by Walkers by any means, but these Silencer 2.0s are freaking awesome. Like, you guys gotta try it out, because if I would have known they were this great, I'd have bought them when they first came out. It literally, Fred, my cameraman right now, when he's talking, it sounds like I'm not even wearing ear protection, but it definitely silences the gunshot. So that was the 10-round mag. We're gonna swap it to the 50. I'm just gonna toss it on the ground. Let's have a little fun. I forgot to take it off safety, and I cannot. Okay, I lied about getting used to the safety fast earlier. I'm not used to it yet. That's freaking awesome. I mean, that targets it probably 50 yards. I mean, it's easy to ring pretty much every single time. Obviously, the EOTech's a great optic too, so it's a goofy looking combo, but a great performing combo. Definitely, I can't complain about it too much. And one of the cool things I like about the P92, you can see all of your ammunition in the mag, so you know exactly when you're going to run out. I mean, it has a little counter, so you know we got about 24, 23 rounds left. It's just a super fun gun. If you have an extra around $2,000, I know it sounds like a lot, but if you got it, it's worth every penny. I don't regret buying this at all. You have a little bit of buyer's remorse when you first get it because it's so expensive, but then you have it in your safe for a little bit. It's worth it, absolutely. Also, a little public service announcement. We film a lot of our videos on Montana state land, and there's a lot of people that use Montana state land for good things like we do, and we try to keep it clean. But for those of you that leave your trash like this, leaving TVs, hot water heaters, fireworks, targets way in the back on the hill, road signs, like, that's ridiculous, guys. Come on, we're better than that. I had a guy reach out to me, John Funk. He always watches the channel, so thank you for that. He reached out to me. We're going to try to organize like a little cleanup to get this range cleaned up, because if we keep treating Montana state land like this, they're going to close it down. So let's not lose it, because we all like to have a fun place to shoot. So we're better than that, guys. Clean up your stuff. Just to show you what this gun's capable of, I know it's technically a pistol cartridge, even though it may not look like it. It looks like a little 5.56, but this gun actually does have a little bit of range on it. I can't really show you much more than 100 yards, but I got 100 yards here set up. We're going to ring the gong out there. You guys will finally get to see how bad of a shot I truly am, but maybe I can edit that out. We'll see. But 100 yards, gong out there. And I'm just going to use this tripod for stability. That's 100 yards. I mean, it's a personal defense weapon. It's not even really designed to shoot that far, but it's capable of it pretty accurately too. I mean, I think I missed it twice out of however many shots. I mean, that's pretty great. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to find something a little farther, because I want to see if I can hit something farther out than 100 yards. So stand by. A little bit of G-Whiz that I forgot to show earlier. There is no feed ramp on this gun. The bullet, fires from the closed bolt position, and it just goes right into the chamber, and that's it. I don't know if you can see it way out there on the hill. We put the gong up about as far as we can. That way we have a backdrop just in case our round misses. Fred just ranged it. It's 175 yards. So we just did 100 pretty easily. So we're going to see if we can reach out the extra 75 yards up there. Just see what it can do. And sorry, safe vest. I took the vest off. That Montana heat's starting to kick in. All right, let's see if we can hit it. 175 yards. I'm going to lock it in this time because I need the stability, but we're not here to test how good of a shot I am. We're here to test how good the P90 is. All right, let's see if we can do it. Okay, second shot. It's not bad. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear the steel, but it was pretty loud in my ear, so should be for yours too. I don't even need to keep shooting. I watched some videos earlier on YouTube before I made my video, and I watched them shoot at 150 and they just weren't hitting it, so I was kind of having doubts. But I'm not even holding over. The first shot I held over, and that's why I missed, because I put it probably like, I don't know, 3 inches over the steel, and I shot high. I saw the dirt, and then I just started holding it right on, and then constant ping. That's impressive. I don't know what else to say about it. I just fell more in love with this gun than I already was, because to be able to precision place a 5.7 round at 175 yards, and it's not a big gong, it's an 8-inch gong, so you know, it's not like I'm shooting a silhouette size target, but that's pretty impressive. I will definitely take that. I wish we could shoot farther, because I would really want to try it, but maybe next time I'll find a range or something where I can extend past 175 safely. But yeah, awesome. Go FN. This one's for good measure. I just want to do it. That's so fun. 175 yards, like, that's awesome. We walked up to the target. You can see we were absolutely wringing the piss out of that steel, and I'm going to repaint it later. Looks like we were pulling a little left. It's probably my trigger pull. It's probably not the gun. But 175 yards, like, show them the truck. We're shooting from the truck way out there. And there is absolutely no holdover. Like, we're literally putting the dot right on the target and hitting it every time. So I wonder what distance that bullet starts to drop. I wish I could go farther. I'm going to do it for you guys one day, I promise. But that's amazing. And if you want a reference, if you have one of these, I zeroed the EOTech for 50 yards, and that's what we're getting, no holdover on 175. It's like, what, 176 to be exact?
Yeah, something around there.
Okay, so 176 yards to be exact. FN PS90, guys. Can't beat it.
Go.
Forgot to rack one. I would have been dead. If you like what you see today and you want to see more with the other guns that we talked about earlier, make sure you like and subscribe. Our goal, we're trying to get to 1,000. We still got a long way to go, but with your help, we can get there. Hickok45 actually did a video on the PS90, and it's probably way better than mine, so go check that one out. But if Hickok45 likes it, then everybody should like it. Anyway, that's it for today's episode of RacksNRecoil. I'm going to be doing some more videos on guns like this. We got MP5 coming up, the Chris Vector 45 coming up, and we'll toss some other little intriguing guns in there. So thanks for watching. I will see you on the next episode. Granada.